1 second. Okay. Good night, everyone. We are live on YouTube now. TALKNTALK is a platform for conversation in English, Spanish, French, and Italian. This is not an English class. If you want to have classes, we have here at TALKNTALK, and you can find more information on website. This is an English immersion. We are here to talk without judgment, and feel free to make mistakes. I'm Mariana. I'm here to guide this conversation and to learn too. I study economics and data science. I have a dog, and I want to work abroad. Today, we are going to talk about privacy in the real and digital world. I've put the questions in the chat, and I'm going to split the class in break rooms. One moment. Okay, please click on the button and we can start. Natalia, Juliana, and Hannah here with me. So, Juliana, can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Juliana. My friends call me Julie. I'm living in Belo Horizonte, and I was born here. And I'm a lawyer in data protection, and I'm a journalist too.
Thank you. And you, Hannah?
Hello, girls. I'm Renan, 31 years old. I'm software developer and working as a team lead. I'm working in a telemedicine company. In my free time, I like to ride a bike, watch videos on YouTube, play video games. I'm living in Rio de Janeiro, but was born in Paraná.
Thank you. And you, Natalia?
Hello, everyone. My name is Natalia. I'm living in Minas Gerais, as you, but I live in Uberaba. I work at a university as a secretary, but I'm also a lawyer, like you too. I love Brazilian food. In my free time, I enjoy to spend time with my family, my friends. Basically, it's this.
Thank you. So let's start. Juliana, can you read and answer the first question?
Sure. Number one, how important is privacy to you and why? I think privacy is pretty important to protect me the dangerous society, and if you expose it too much, it's dangerous. The people can use your data for against you. And I think it's important to protect your data.
Thank you. And you, Natalia?
Yes, to be very honest, this subject, I didn't care for this subject like in the last year, but nowadays with this new law of data protection in my job, you have to do a lot of courses. And I think this opened my mind to this subject, So now I understand the importance, because it's not just to, privacy is not just to close your Instagram, it's much more than this, right? So now I understand. I think it's very important to keep your data protected.
And for you, Hannah?
I agree with you guys. It's important to have privacy and protect all your data and information from the internet. Internet is very good to use and very useful, but we have to be careful in some places inside of internet. So it's very important to take care about your privacy and stay safe when we are talking about navigate inside the internet.
I agree with you too. For me, it's very important. I don't feel comfortable sharing some things about my life, and so it's important to have this space where I feel safe. And Renan, can you read the second?
Yes. What steps do you take to protect your personal data online? Well, for me, I'm a software developer and I'm an IT guy, so I have to be careful in that case. And I'm always trying to change my password, mainly in my email, because I feel that my life is my mail, and I am trying always to changing my password, and of course my social medias. It's important to understand that change password. Of course, it's not the best way to save your data or information. I think it exists a lot of ways to protect your data, but it's a first step to protect and to stay safe in online.
Yeah, I agree with you. And you, Juliana?
I may protect my data online. I use many different emails for specific talks I need to do in my life, for work and for life, for advertisements, and I use different mails. I think it's important for protecting important data, and I pretend I that. For example, sometimes in the formulários and in forms, I put different data for myself, for save my data.
I haven't thought about that. And you, Natalia?
I also do like Ju and Renan. And another thing that I start to do now that I discover what cookies means is every time that I access a website and they have the option, do you accept all the cookies? I try to not accept it all, because when you do this, you are giving information to this website to share with other websites. So nowadays I'm more careful with this. And I also, like Ju do with the emails, I do this with my credit card, you know? So every time that I do like that I buy something online, I create a new online credit card. In Nubank, you can do this. It's basically this. But I think I should do more to protect my data. But sometimes I'm too lazy to create a lot of different new passwords.
Yes, nice. I use strong and unique passwords too, as you. I use different passwords for each online account. I have some apps that I use a two-factor authentication, and antivirus too. And I'm caring more now about the cookies, as Natalia said. And Natalia, can you read the number 3?
Yeah. What steps do you take to protect your personal information in the real world? Interesting. Oh God. First thing, don't drink too much, because when you drink too much, you don't protect yourself. You talk to everyone about your life. Well, Mary, to be very honest, I can't imagine the answer for maybe if you can you answer your before me, so maybe I clarify more my mind.
I avoid sharing some information with people that I don't know. I only tell what is necessary. I tear up my documents from banks and accounts before throwing them away. And I put my cell phone in a safe place when I leave my home too, to decrease the chance of it being stolen. This kind of things.
Yes, after you answer, to be very honest, I don't think I don't think I do a lot of things to protect myself in the real world, you know? I should think more about this and do better.
And you, Renan?
Well, just like you, I try to not sharing information with people that I don't know, and lock my cell phone and my personal computer if I am outside of my home. So it's important to keep my data, all my information safe. So that's it. I think it's try to, of course, know new people, but not sharing any personal information, because you don't know what kind of people you are talking to. So you have to be careful in these days. So that's it for me.
And you, Juliana?
Normally, I don't use it all when I need to leave. I don't use it all my documents. I just go out to just one document, maybe just one credit card, and my cell phone. I always look my cell phone, and that's it.
Thank you. And Juliana, can you read the number 4, please?
Sure. How do you feel about the use of surveillance camera in public place? I don't care with the cameras. Yesterday I watched in the news one girl advised older woman when walking the street, you need to look at the camera. You need to look at the camera and see the camera. Oh, now walking here because if something happening with you, the cameras register it.
It's a good advice. I will do this. And you, Natalia?
To be very honest, I like the fact that I feel safe, you know, that kind of thing exists. I think this probably help with authorities to save kidnappers, that kind of stuff. And I like this tip that Juliana gave to us to look to the camera. That's a very good one. I think it's a good thing, to be honest.
And you, Renan?
Well, in my case, I feel a little bit suspicious. Mainly we are talking about governmental cameras. So the government and the state can have all your data, all your information, and know where you are when they point the camera to you. So it's important to think about it. And if they are not including themselves in our lives. So I feel a little bit suspicious But if it's a private camera, like in a shopping or some people house, so for me it's okay. But when we are talking about the government, I feel a little bit suspicious.
In my opinion, I think it's very important. For me, it's a good thing because if a crime happens, it's easier to react or find out who committed it, and I feel safer. Renan, can you read the number 5?
Yes. Have you ever had an experience where your privacy was violated? Can you share it with us? I don't think so. I've never had, thanks God, this kind of privacy violated. So I hope that in the future this not will happen. So I'm not.
And you, Juliana?
I think when I was a teenager, my sister looked my journal without my authorization, and things like this. My parents look at my journal, look at my drawer, things like this.
And you, Natalia?
Well, when you live with your parents, your privacy is violated every single day. But talking serious now, maybe when you know something like, I don't know, Renan could explain better the word. It's hacker, the word, when someone like stolen the number of your WhatsApp and start to ask money. I don't know why they do this. But I noticed that once I bought something in a website and the same day someone did this, you know? So I don't know if this could be an example, to be honest, but maybe. I'm not sure.
I haven't, thanks God, but I haven't. Yeah, Juliana? Yes, sorry.
I remember now, and one time, I don't remember when, my camera and my computer turned on alone. And now I saw the light, I'm feel fear.
Terrible, dangerous. I have I think here in my laptop to close the camera.
Yeah.
Or before I put a paper.
Now I did it.
And Natalia, can you read the next?
Sure, the next is 6, right?
Yes.
We think that the advancement of technology has made it more difficult to maintain privacy. Why or why not? Yes, I think so, because it's easier, because I think everyone is sharing information on social media, or when you're buying something in websites, you are sharing your own information, but sometimes you didn't know what they will do with this information. You trust that it's just to that website or just to the social media, and when you see the case, the Facebook case, you see what they do. It's like an industry where we are how can I say? I forgot the name in English, I'm so sorry, but I think the technology made more difficult. That thing about cameras and artificial intelligence, how they can read your face. For me, this is fantastic, but at the same time, I think law is very important to walk together with technology to guarantee that you have your rights respectful in that kind of subject, the privacy.
Yeah. And you, Renan?
Yes, totally agree. With the technology, all our privacy is in the below stage, so it's a problem because when, for example, social medias that we post a photo and all the geolocation of the photo, all your privacy is gone when you post a photo or video with geolocation, or when we are talking to, for example, a friend, and you want to buy something and your cell phone is close to you, and when you open up your cell phone, the thing that you were talking about the buy you is there in the cell phone. So that kind of privacy in the small talk or in posting photos or pictures in the internet, it can be very prejudicial if you don't care about that. So of course, not a problem you post a photo or a picture or talking to your friend, but in that time, in the technology times, we have to be careful and think about these things that happens, and we have to deal with it.
Yeah, and you, Juliana?
I think it's more difficult because with the technology using more and more data, and you don't know how much data you put in the internet, sensible data, things you like, which like you did it. I think it's more difficult.
Me too. I agree with you guys. We put a lot of things on social media, and it's easier to the people who might crimes creating new. I don't know if it's this word is scams and steal our information. And if someone steal, we have our bank account in the our palm of our hand in our phone. So it's getting more difficult with the technology. And Juliana, can you read the number 7?
Sure. Should employees be allowed to monitor employees' internet and email usage? I think yes, because the employees have the responsibility to the things the employees doing inside the company or and service the company. I think it's important mailing data because it's possible the employer to use the data the company to damage the image the company the business the company. I think it's important. It's legal.
And you, Natalia?
Yes, I think so, but of course, some limits, the employees should respect some limits. For example, I think they cannot do this without telling to the employees they are doing this. And of course, respect, for example, if, for example, you access your personal email, not the corporative email, from even they're accessing in the work environment, I don't think so. No, with some limits.
And yeah, and you, Renan?
For me, it depends on the contract that the employee and the employer sign. So it's important to have this in the contract. And if both parts accept this contract, it's okay. In my opinion, I don't prefer companies that have this kind of micromanagement inside in your employees. So I prefer stay free to work and talking and thinking about only my work, and don't think that my boss is sneaky peeky around inside me. So that's it.
Yeah, I think it's difficult. I think that it's necessary to have a limit, but I prefer to be more free as Renan. But yes, with putting limits of websites, things like that, okay. But I saw some news that workers was getting sick because of bosses watch over them all day, and they were afraid of even go to the bathroom when they were doing home office. So I think it must have to be limits. And Hannah, can you read the number 8?
Yes. What type of personal information do you think should be kept private, and why? No, I think it's all the information that on the people, the person have to be kept in private. So if you think that your favorite color is important to you and you have to keep this in private, it's okay for me. So it's okay to understand the people, and all the people have to think what is important for them or not.
And you, Juliana?
I agree with Renan. All things you think it's important to keep it private. I think it needs to stay in private, but there are informations. It's more sensible. It's because we are inside the prejudice society, and information about sexuality, about disease. I think it's completely sensible. You need to keep it for yourself, for the people you trust. I think it is.
And you, Natalia?
I agree. I would say, for example, health information, health disease, some health condition, especially because, like Jules said, I think some people maybe could be, I don't know if bias is the word, prejudice about it. But when I think that some people take this own information to make up this cause, for example, share things about this and try to be optimistic about this. So depends of the person, right? So for me, I probably will make this very personal, but if I was an influencer that want to make these people happy and have the same disease, maybe I will share, I don't know. So depends. Like Hannah say, I think depends. The kind of person you are.
As you, I think it depends too. It depends on the person. For me, I prefer to keep it private, salary, savings, investments, bank account, this kind of thing related with money.
Mari, do you know something? As a public servant, everyone can go to website and see how much money I earn. I hate this. I think this is terrible. I don't like this.
Yeah, yeah.
You work to the public, everyone could see your salary. I don't agree with this, no? My name is there. I don't like this. Good point.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like to. And Natalia, can you read the next?
Sure. The next is number 9, right?
Yes.
What are some potential consequences of losing privacy in the digital age? I think one of the worst of them is, and maybe that's why it's very good that now you have a law to protect us, is the fact that all these companies, they have access to everything about you, and they can try to sell every single time you open your cell phone and they start to share with you something that you don't want to buy. Why they are showing me this? But it's because someone sell your data to other companies, and of course fake news. And fake news they create basing on your data, so they create something that probably will told you in the same way, probably you believe that fake news, because they create an avatar basing about your data, right? So I think these two things, try to sell things, that's companies, and fake news, I think for me is the worst.
Yeah. And what about you, Hannah?
Yes, I agree. And when you have a degraded image, sometimes this can be a very tough consequence, because you will not be able to get a new job, for example, or study in your favorite place, favorite city. So person can be judging you. So it's important to keep your data safe, keep your information safe, because you don't know what kind of people you will use this kind of information, your personal information, against you. So because of that, I feel that we have to stay safe in this case.
Yes. And you, Juliana?
I agree with my colleagues. I think you losing your real power for choice, because the things came for you all the time. I think, for example, Google knows about all my life. When I go out, what place I go, all the things, and know about my life better than me. Because sometimes I forgot the things. And the timeline in my phone. You go in this place, in this data.
Yes, I agree with you. Some days I see my Facebook and it's there. You were in X place 10 years ago. Oh my God. I didn't remember. And I agree with all of you. And can you read the next, Juliana?
Number 10. How do you feel about target advertising based to your personal data? Exactly, the similar topic I said. I think it's important for the business, and it's important for you too. You receive things you do like, things you sort someday in your life. I think it's important, but other hand, it's dangerous. It's dangerous because we like like put your personality in the box. I don't know why. I think it's not so. It's important, but maybe it's dangerous for your personality.
And you, Natalia?
I agree with you, because if you, for example, if you start to look for something, you probably would like to see other options. So it's nice to see, to compare. Maybe you can save money doing this. So it's a good thing, right? But on the other hand, as you said, is something that maybe it's out of control, and maybe sometimes they collect a lot of things, and that if you think better, will be not good to share, right? So I think have good and bad points.
And you, Renan?
I don't know. I like the example that I gave moments ago. I think it's a problem because you are talking to a friend and you open up your cell phone and the product is there. So it's a little bit intrusive for me, in my opinion. So of course, it's a business. People have to earn money. So, but sometimes I feel that it's a little bit intrusive, and I try to avoid that sometimes.
I agree with you, Renan. I don't like it to feel watched. I disabled the trackers on my laptop and on my phone. So now I don't get any ads anymore. I don't like it. And Renan, can you read the next?
Yes, number 11, right? What are your thoughts on government surveillance in the name of national security? I think I mentioned that before. I don't like that. I don't like government with my my data, all the my information, knowing where I am. So with any consentment about me, so it's a problem for me because you don't know what kind of people are in the government and what kind of things they will do with your information. They can, for example, sell your information because they have the own of your all information. They can do whatever they want. So, of course, this is for all of kinds of people, governmental or whatever they are. But when we treat of government, I think I feel a little bit impotent because government have just get all of you and don't bring anything to you. So it's important to be careful.
And you, Juliana?
I think it's you could be a problem if you stay in dictator government. But if in the opposite, I think it's not more problem. I don't know if but depends the how much data these governments use these data for what and for what.
And you, Natalia?
Yes, after Hannah explained the other question, I start to think about this because at the first, I just think about feeling safer if something happens to me. But when you think better and you can imagine that the kind of policy will be there, so maybe they will change in the next one. You never know, as you said, could be maybe some government can use this information against you because we don't vote on them. So this could be very dangerous if you think better about this. Because now today we are in a democracy, but you never knows what can be happening the other day. So based on this could be very dangerous, I think.
Yes, I hadn't thought about that before too. As Juliana said, when it's a dictatura country, it's terrible. But about our countries, I had never thought much about this. I think that, for example, at airports, it's very good because we need to have security, and I feel safer. This kind of control, I think it's important, but I have to think more about this. Natalia, can you read the next?
Sure. How do you feel about companies using your personal data for research and development purpose? Well, I think in a way could be good. Could be good for us as I don't know how to say this word. People that buy things from companies, the users, because they probably will try to do things for us, think about how it would be better for us. But of course, everything has limits, and I don't think they could collect this information without your, what's the word for this? Without your consentment, right? But I think it's a good thing, but of course, if I agree, if the people agree to give that data to them.
And you, Renan?
For me, it's okay if you sign the agreement. If you agree with all the points of the agreement, it's okay. But it's a problem when you don't agree and the company keep using your personal data and to development and research and selling your data. It's very, very dangerous for people. So that's it. If you agree with that, okay, not a problem. But if you don't, I feel that the company should be responsibilized, I think, with that.
And you, Juliana?
Yeah, I agree with my colleagues. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable to share my data some companies. I think it's pretty important to you know how this company will use my data.
Yeah, for me too. I think the same. As long as customers know and have given permission, it's okay. And Juliana, can you read the last?
Yeah. How do you feel about companies? Number 30. Do you think social media companies are doing enough to protect users' data privacy? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Because especially in social media companies have a lot of data, the users, especially the profile, the things you like, you don't like, your things about your religion, things about your about the politician. And honestly, I don't know what these companies doing with my data and the older users. But
And
all in all the world, it's work about for protection.
yeah. And you, Natalia?
To be honest, not at all. I don't think they're doing, and I don't think they want to do, you know. I think that it's very interesting for them continue to keep us distracting and send out the information that they want to for us to share with companies. So they make money with this and they make us like slaves of them. I don't know if I can use that word. And I watched that. I think a lot of people watch this documentary, the social media dilemma, something like this, and it's explained very well about what they are doing, what was the real purpose about social media is to collect most data as they can and share with other companies and make money.
Yeah, and you, Renan?
Well, I agree with you guys. I feel that it have a long way in the front to get some results, and I don't think they are doing the necessary about the protect data information of users. So I think it's a long way in the front.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Hello again. How was the conversation?
It was very
Hey,
good.
it was amazing. Just the ladies rock, and it was amazing to share in our experience.
Nice. And José,
Yeah,
what steps do you take to protect your personal data online?
yeah, it's hard nowadays in the real environment that you are living, but just try to follow the basic step, strong password, and try to activate the second factors, and maybe don't overshare about social media. But technology brings and make our life easily, but sometimes could be worse, you know, especially when you don't have a knowledge to deal about this, if something wrong or something. But I guess when you try to do basically things, you are maybe suffering some monitoring from everywhere, you know.
Thank you. And Leticia, let me see. Should the employers be allowed to monitor employees' internet and email usage?
Okay, I just answered this question in the, the other room. In my opinion, it's important the company there is a clarify rules about this, okay? Because I worked in many companies and I remember there when I was working at digital bank, there is specific rules about how to use the data, how to use your access, and share or not share some information, because it's it's not a personal information, but it's a business information about the company, okay? And I can't access some information about me, the digital bank, or the other, my colleagues, friends, and the other things, just it's all monitoring. But I work in the other companies, don't have many rules, and doesn't have many rules. And I work in the CPD a long time ago, and some people talk to me, use the email and the other things for personal information and share some personal business information about the company. Okay, but
Yes.
company doesn't have rules. Okay.
Yeah. And Gabriela, what steps do you take to protect your personal information in the real world?
Yeah. When I said in the room, I don't know if nowadays we had this difference about the real world and digital world, because I think nowadays we live in a digital world. So I tried to like put my social medias not for anyone, you know, like private my profile. I try not to share personal informations or private informations on my social media. But I don't know if I'm the right person to answer because I don't I don't know how protect myself. But I learned it a lot with Jose and Leticia, so I will try to put this in my real life.
Thank you, guys. We don't have more time. I put the survey here, the chat. Please answer if you can. It was a pleasure. Thank you for being here, and see you soon. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.